Hello, and thank you for watching today's video. Today I am going to show you how to properly break down, clean, and put back together a Marlin 243 XL7 bolt action. This is my Marlin 243 XL7 bolt. It has a Bushnell scope and a Vanguard Equalizer 3. The first thing you need to do when taking apart a Marlin 243 XL7 is remove the bolt and the firing pin. To remove the bolt and firing pin, you lift this lever, turn your safety mechanism switch on, push your lever back down. Now, in order to remove the firing pin, you have to locate the little hole that's behind your safety mechanism switch, which is right there. You insert a little tiny Allen wrench about that big. Anything like that can work. An Allen wrench works best because I'm sure we all have one. Right, like that, and then we remove the bolt. Now upon removing your bolt, there's a little switch on the other side of your gun that you have to push down. Right here. We just push that and take our bolt out. Get our gun back on the blocks. Now removing the bolt, the firing pin gets a little tricky. First you want to turn it counterclockwise until you hear a click. And then you need to move it, turn it clockwise after that little click, and your bolt and your firing pin will come right out. Whatever you do, do not remove the Allen wrench until you have the whole thing put back together again. There's your bolt and your firing pin. Now that we have that out of the way, we'll go ahead and clean our gun. We use a 22 wire caliber brush first. 3 times down the barrel. 1, 2, 3. Okay. After that, we switch to a plastic cloth tip. Same thing, 22 caliber. We'll go ahead and put that on. As well as the Hops 9 gun oil. This particular gun oil has a rust preventative. So we'll go ahead and dip our cloth in there. 3 times down the barrel as well. I like to use 3 different cloths. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there's cloth 1. One, 2, cloth 2, and then cross 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now that we have our barrel cleaned out, we'll go ahead and remove the barrel from the stock. Just flip your gun upside down. Take a star tip screwdriver and remove the screws. Now you gotta pay attention when you're removing the screws. You have one in the middle and one behind the trigger guard. The one in the middle is shorter than the one behind the trigger guard. And if you put them back in the wrong order, you're gonna have to redo them. So I'm removing the one in the middle right now. And now I'm going to remove the one behind the trigger guard last. It doesn't matter which order you remove them, just as long as you get them. When you're removing them, make sure you have a good hold on the barrel so it doesn't bounce around. Else you may have to readjust your sights. Okay. Now when I take this off, my magazine spring is going to pop up. Right there's your magazine spring. We'll just take that off, set that off to the side. There's a difference in the size of screws. And just remember the smaller one goes in the middle of the stock. Set those off to the side. Now we remove our trigger. Same thing with the screws. There's a difference in the size of these screws. The one behind the trigger is shorter than the one that goes in the front. So pay attention to which ones you take off and how you put it back on. You put them back on in the wrong order, you will not be able to get your bolt back into place. There's one. Now you may hear a little click. That's normal. That's just your spring letting loose. And there's 2. There's a difference in the size of these 2 screws. Okay, once we have all of our parts off, we'll go ahead and clean off the outside of the barrel, inside the chamber, and inside the magazine box. Use your Hops 9 again. Just wipe down the outside of your barrel, inside the magazine box, and inside your chamber right here. Once we have that all done, we'll go ahead and just wipe our other pieces off. I like to start with the bolt. It doesn't matter. There's the bolt. Your firing pin. Your trigger. Your magazine spring. Okay, once all your parts are wiped off, it's time to put the gun back together. We'll go ahead and start with the trigger. When you put the gun back together, make sure the long piece on this arm goes right into this little slot right here. Right there. Again, remember what I said, the shorter screw goes in the back. Behind the trigger. So it's this one right here that goes behind the trigger. Go ahead and tighten that one down. And then we'll do the front of the trigger. Okay. Now when you put your magazine spring back in, this faces towards the barrel, and the bottom faces towards the barrel. So we'll put it in right like that, and then take our stock and gently set it right on top. Now you might have to wiggle it a little bit to get it to fit in place. Okay, and it drops right down in. Again, shorter screw goes in the middle of the stock. And I'll go ahead and put that one in right now. Set my screw right down in there. Okay. Tighten that up. And then the longer screw goes right in there. Right behind the trigger guard. Tighten that up. Okay, now we're ready to put the bolt and the firing pin back together. You just slide your firing pin in, and you turn it counterclockwise. Until you hear one click. Pull your Allen wrench out, flip your gun right side up, and then just reinsert your bolt, close it, pull the trigger to make sure it fires, make sure your safety's off, and you're all set. That is how you successfully break down, clean, and put back together a Marlin 243 bolt action XL7. Thank you.